Revealing area. There they are. Shock dart. Shock dart. My ult is ready.
Oh, you got him.
Got him! Let's go!
Wait, was that for the
elevator? That was the elevator.
one?
Yeah, that was the elevator one.
Revealing area.
I'm not big pushing here again, I don't think.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Nice. Did you do the spot?
Yeah. Hey, what is up guys, it's Tam over here and welcome back to another Valorant video. In this video we are going to look at some Sova Arrow locations, some Sova Arrow tricks on the map split. Now before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and also give this video a like. Alright, so let's start with the first arrow. This is going to be one from CT spawn to A point. What you're first going to do is you're going to line up yourself to the left corner of CT spawn. You're going to aim at that building. You're going to point to that little mark that's sticking out from the gray building. A little bit to the left of that, you're going to hold the arrow down, 2 charges, 1 bounce. Where this is going to hit, it's going to hit in the back of A point. So after a bomb plant, this location will be pretty useful to get an idea if they are camping on the backside of A. This is one of the safe arrow shots from spawn. Now, it's probably not the most practical if you are on spot to come back to spawn, but this is one of those options that you can use if you are rotating from B or you're roughly close to spawn and you want to give some information to your team as soon as possible. Alright, so this next arrow is going to be from A screen to A site. It's going to hit roughly around the same areas as the previous arrow, but from a different location. Now, this arrow is great to gather information if the enemy is about to plant or have planted the bomb. What you are first going to do is you're going to go up against this wall with this flower. You see this flower? Aim your cursor at the corner of the gray building. 1.5 charges and it will land right at the back of A site where most people might have planted the bomb and are probably camping it out. The next arrow is one of my favorite starting arrows on A defense. It actually shoots from A heaven ledge, the connector of A main and A lobby. This location is great to scout out enemies if they're right about to push A for the person that is camping on A ramp, as well as a great location to shock arrow to get some early game damage. So where this arrow hits, it hits right here on this staircase, right by A main to A lobby connector. It is great information gathering. A lot of people do not expect this arrow to hit there. A lot of pushers are going to be funneled in that area as they're waiting to peek ramp. Now this arrow is a pretty easy shot. What you're going to do first is you're going to head to the corner of A ledge. You're going to aim at this little area that's sticking out. You want to make sure your cursor is a little bit to the left of that, 1 bounce, and just click. Expiration date.
Revealing area.
Hold on here. Hold on to here.
I heard someone. At me.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming.
Got him!
They say they're coming, bro.
Yeah, I got one. Alright, the next arrow is going to be a pretty easy arrow. This is going to be from A site to A lobby connector. This arrow is mainly used to gather some information if you are not on A heaven. For some reason you're on A site and you want to do a quick arrow to gather some information on people that are pushing. Not the safest of all arrows, but just another option for you if you are on A site. What you're going to do first is you're going to line yourself up to this corner on the back of A site. You can put your cursor on the top of the A, double bounce, full charge. Alright, the next arrow is a pretty easy one. What you're going to do is you're going to line yourself right against this yellow line right here. You're going to aim at that little gray spot that's on the wall, if you see that. What you are going to do is you're going to do 1 bounce, 1.5 charges. This will reveal the area right next to the door coming in from CT screens, revealing that little cubby right there. Now the next one you're going to do is you're going to line yourself back up to the exact same arrow. You're going to do 1 bounce, you're going to do a full charge, and what this is going to do is this is going to reveal the ledge. Alright, now let's move on over to B site. Now this is going to be from B heaven onto B site. This is a pretty easy arrow. What you're going to do is you're going to line yourself against the frame of this door. You're going to look at that little vent off to the side of the wall. You're going to do 1 bounce, about 1.5 charges. This arrow will reveal this area of B site, allowing you to see if people are hiding around the corners, if they're hiding behind the boxes, if they're planting the spike. Now, if you go back to the same location, line yourself with the door frame, look at the bottom left-hand corner of the vent, and you do 1 bounce, 2 charges. This is going to shoot the dart right by the box that normally people will plant the spike. Now, this isn't the best area for a recon dart, but this is an amazing area to shoot a shock dart since people are normally planting a spike in that area. area. You can shoot a shock arrow there to get some damage on the player and possibly take him out.
Shock dart.
Told ya! I told you! I can hit that spot now!
Bro.
It's so fast and safe too. Alright, the next arrow is going to be from B alley onto B side. What you're going to do is you're going to look at this tree. You're going to get to the corner of the B alley. You're going to look at the tree. You're going to go for one branch, the second branch. Aim at that leaf. 1.5 charges. Alright, this next arrow is a little bit harder. This is going to be from B side, the corner of B side, over to the attacking B lobby side. What you're going to do is you're going to look at these 3 ropes. You're going to get the cursor right to the middle rope. You're going to line up the bottom edge of your health bar to about the 3rd block of this wall to kind of get yourself a position. Also, the arrow should be about perpendicular, forming like an L-shaped angle, forming a perpendicular angle to this area of the wall as well. So this little thing that's kind of, this little colored area that's sticking out. Then what you're going to do is going to be 1.5 bounces. Where this is going to hit, it's going to hit right by the connector of B main going into ramen shop. What you can do, if you want to kind of course correct it, you kind of aim at the center of the phoenix right here, right above the middle of the phoenix. We can do 2 bounces.
Revealing area.
That hits back there as well. So that dart right there is going to kind of cover this general area of mid, get you some vision. What you can do is you want to come up closer to this door. You gotta do this pretty quick. What you're gonna do is about 1/2 charge, 1 bounce. This will hit right back up here, which will cover this general area in the front if they're already pushed up. Let's start with one of my favorite arrows, which is the one attacking spot. You're gonna jump on this little trolley here, the little bicycle. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put your pointer right here. You see this little box? You're gonna line it up right when it gets to the circle. I'm gonna come just right over to the edge of the circle right there. Like you're matching with this line of the circle. What you're gonna do is go 1.5.
Revealing area.
And this what this shoots into
Revealing area.
is the elevator.
Revealing area. There they are. Shock dart. Shock dart. My ult is ready.
Oh, you got him. Got him. Let's go. What we're gonna do is you're gonna line up yourself to this light. Just basically just line up to the light. You see this building here. You're gonna aim up to this corner of this arrow. You're gonna come straight to the middle. Just to be about 1.5 charge. And when this is gonna hit it right above A heaven. So it watches ramp. It basically gives you vision of ramp. It's not gonna give you vision inside heaven. All right, there's a little bit that goes on for this arrow. This is gonna be from attacker side spawn going over to A side. What you're gonna do is you get to this corner. You're gonna look up. You're gonna see this little tree here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna look about the tree. You're gonna get the bottom of your health line touching that light. You're gonna do 1 bounce and a full charge. Alright, this is actually one of my favorite B arrows. What you're going to do is you're going to get it to the corner of this wall. You're going to see that telephone line. You're going to aim at the bottom one. That's between the telephone pole and that billboard. What you are going to do is you're going to keep your cursor, the middle of the cursor directly on that line. 2 bounces, full charge. Where that arrow is going to hit, it's going to hit right inside Beat Heaven. It is an amazing arrow. Gives you a lot of vision to Beat Heaven. You can also shoot some shock arrows up there if you have an idea that they are camping heaven. Alright, the next arrow, you're going to get by this little tire that is facing B. What you're going to do is you're actually going to be in front of the tire. You're going to aim the bottom of your right side line to the tip of that rooftop by the window. Full charge. And it's going to go straight into B.
Revealing area. Shock dart. Shock dart.
Nice.